Good day everyone. Welcome to Yogi Bad's Fitness. So this is our day 14 of our 30-day yoga challenge. And for today's practice, we'll be doing back bends.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you want to travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if
On the day 13, we did the shoulder opening, so this is a perfect time to do back bends. So if you haven't done that flow yet, then I suggest before doing this one, you have to do that flow. I'll be putting the link on the description below. But before we begin, keep in mind that when doing back bends, you have to put more effort on the middle part of the spine. That's the thoracic spine. So here on the rib cage part of the body. And then less effort on the lumbar or the lower back part of the body. So you have to focus on opening your chest and squeezing the shoulder blades inward to create that length. In that way, you can have more range of motion. Oftentimes, people experience low back pain during or after doing a back bend asana or yoga pose. That's because people tend to put more pressure or more effort on the lower back part of the body. They are putting too much compression on the arch, which is already there. So when they put more effort, the arch gets compressed too much, and that creates the unnecessary tension, or that gives the pain. So for you to prevent that pain, you have to focus the expansion, the length, or the back bend here on the forward curve of the body, which is the thoracic spine. You have to open that by squeezing your scapula, bring the ribs up, and then you just have to keep your lower back as it is by pulling the navel in to maintain the length of the lumbar. And then for the neck, you don't want to hyperextend the neck because like the lower back, it has that arch already. So you just have to keep your chin to your chest, or just let the head fall. Any back bend you are doing, so you just have to relax the head down. You don't need to put lots of effort on putting it way too far back. And again, the important thing here to avoid any injuries or pain after the practice is to really feel what you are doing. So you have to assess your body whether it can still go deeper or if it's already got too far. So you have to really observe every sensation that is happening. And from there, you have to do some adjustment or changes. So to begin the practice, we'll go down to all fours and we'll do a few rounds of cat and cow to make the spine more mobile or more flexible. So take your hands on the floor below your shoulders and then the knees below the hip. So again, straighten the elbows, look forward, externally rotate your arm bones. And then inhale, you flex or roll the hip bone over the thighs, ribs forward and up. Then exhale, chin to your chest. You push the floor and try to hunch your shoulders. Then navel in, point your sit bones downward. Again, to your cow pose, you flex the hip, roll the hip over the thighs, concave the spine and extend the throat forward. Exhale, chin to your chest, round the mid-back for the whole upper body. Chin to your chest and tailbone down. 2 more rounds. Inhale, activate the muscles of your back. And exhale, navel in, push the floor, and hunch your shoulders. Good. Now look forward, and from here you go down on your belly. We just wake up the muscles that you need to activate when doing back bends, and that's your shoulders, the back muscles, actually everything on the back, your extensor, hip extensor muscles. So from here, you just have to bend your arms 90 degrees or cactus arms. Then take your feet together. So you have to extend. Every time you back bend, you have to extend the sit bones down first. And then pull the navel in. And then lift the chest. So ribs up. And then move your arms up. And externally rotate your arm bones. So you can feel your shoulders and the back muscles here. Lift the legs. Inhale. Then exhale, lower down. So we'll do that of 4 repetitions. Again, inhale. Press it down through the pubic bone to extend the hip. Belly in, lift the chest, activate your back and shoulders, and lift your legs. So activate your hamstrings, glutes. Exhale down. So third set. Inhale, lift the chest as you press down through the pubic bone. Arms up, rotate your arm bones backward. Exhale down. Last one, inhale, Lift the chest, lift the legs, raise the arms and rotate it up and back. Exhaling down. Now slide your palms by your ribs, tuck your toes, and then push yourself up to your plank. And then go to your down dog to decompress the back body. Again, this is your first hamstring stretch or down dog pose. So just take your time to move around, to adjust the body. You might want to walk in place or move the hips side to side. Or you can go forward to your plank. I think we've done this a couple of times already on our previous class, so you know what to do. You know what to do. So breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. So if you feel ready, just be still here for a few more breaths. And then walk your feet forward. Hands on your shins, lift and open your chest. And then exhale, you bend forward, moving your head down. So flexing the hip, extending the head. So just relax your upper body. Let it fall naturally. Now on the inhale, roll up, vertebra by vertebra. As you stand straight, you bring the arms out and over the head. Take the palms together and extend your elbows beside your head. Again, extend your seat bones down, ribs up and bend backward. So go as far back as you can without pushing the hip forward. Now arch. Now exhale, bend forward. So careful not to force your forward fold after a back bend or after a deep back bend. Letting go of the head, your trunk. Look forward, inhale. Bend the legs, palms on the floor, step backward to your plank position. So lower down to your half plank. Remember, you can take the knees down. Inhale. So sink your hip, press down through your palms and try to squeeze your shoulders. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. So really feel where you are bending the body. If you're putting too much compression on the lower back, then you have to pull your navel in. And just focus on squeezing more on the shoulder blades, lifting the breastbone up. Also try your best to point your seat bones downward. And then exhale. Going back to your down dog to release the pressure on the lower back body or the rest of the spine. Now step your right foot forward. Then take your left knee down, point your foot, and then come up to your low lunge. Now bend backward as far back as you can. Try to lift the rib cage. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And try to squeeze your palms so that your side body will open. So increasing the flexibility of your rib muscles, the side body, will give you more opening on your chest, meaning more back bend. Exhaling, hands down on the floor. Another counter stretch. Curl the left foot, pull the hip backward. Again, roll the hip over your thighs and extend the spine forward. So make your spine longer. Now for some, you can stay here, but for more advanced bend, maybe move your head down to your shin. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now moving on to the second pose, hip down. From here, you pull your right leg back and up. So arch your lower back and then exhale, round the spine. Inhale, bring the leg up and back. Exhale, knee forward, round the spine. One more time, inhale, pull the leg up and back. And then from here, lower your chest and chin on the floor. So elbows over wrist and you have to move your chest forward. And then chin down on the floor. So you have to keep a strong arms here. Keep pushing the floor. Bend the bottom elbow and you have to rest the thigh on the foot. So chest down, don't collapse your shoulders and stay here. Breathe. Keep pointing the top leg up. And then you lower your hip, pressing the feet down, keeping the arms strong, pushing yourself up to your up dog. Then exhale, going back to your down dog. So you can pull your hips, pull your shoulders, spread out your toes and fingers. Focus on length, focus on space, or more stretch and opening on the whole body. Then bring the left leg forward between your palms, lower your right knee on the floor. So once you balance your hip, Then you come up and extend your arms over the head. Again, maximize the stretch of your hip flexors. So pushing it down and forward. And then bend backward. Now from here you can arch the spine as far back as you can without putting too much effort on your lower back body. Keep squeezing your arm bones closer to the head. Breathe in and breathe out. And then release your hands on the floor. Straighten that left leg. Curl your right foot and flex the left foot. Look forward. Inhale. Then exhale. You can bend or just stay as you are. Again, don't force anything. If the pose begins to be painful, you have to stop. You have to back off, rearrange the pose, modify, or just do something to release any tension, then go back to the pose. And then moving forward, from here, palms on the floor, below your shoulders, and take that left leg up. So arch your spine, look to the front. Then exhale, knee forward to your chest. Again, bring the leg upward. Exhale, knee forward to your chest. Last one, inhale, bring the leg up and back. Exhale, knee forward to your chest. And then this time you extend the leg, bend the elbows, and then fold the bottom leg, and you have to rest again your thigh on top of the foot. So keeping your arms strong, breathe, and then you lower your hip, your feet pressing down on the floor. You're squeezing your back to push yourself up to your up dog. Then exhale, return to your down dog. Again, pulling your hips, stretching the legs, elongating the back body. And then you fold the legs, look forward. You can step or you can jump to the top of your mat. Then extend the spine, inhale. Then exhale, bend forward. Inhale, coming up. Arms over the head. Lift the chest, press down through your feet, and exhale, hands down to your sides. Take a few breaths here. Okay, now hands on your waist. You push the palms, or you push the glutes downward to extend the lower back. Push your seat bones down and squeeze in your shoulders. And then lift the ribs as you continue arching the spine backward. Keep squeezing in your shoulder blades and the elbows toward the midline. On the exhale, bend forward. Just maintain your hands on the hip. And then here, just lower your hands on the floor, look forward, inhale. And then have your feet hip width apart. Pick up the big toes with your peace fingers and thumb. Again, we'll counter stretch the back. Pull your toes, exhale, move your head lower. Inhale and exhale continuously, and don't flex the abdominal muscles. Then look forward. From here, bend the legs, set your palms down on the floor, shoulder width apart, and go back to your plank. Exhaling to half plank. Inhale, push the floor, sink the hip, and press the shins. The tops of the feet down. Then exhale, return to your down dog. So again, adjust or do some adjustments that you think you need to do for you to feel okay or good with what you are doing. Now you lift the right leg upward as high as you can. Then exhale, knee forward to your chest. And then step your foot on top of your mat. From here, take the left knee down. Hip as low as you can, coming up. Again, arms over the head. Then cactus arms, bend your elbows. Lean backward. Continue rolling the arm bones backward. Also continue pressing the top of the left foot down. So continuously stretching the hip flexors. And then exhale, release. Have your palms on the floor. From here, look forward, curl that left foot, and lift that back leg. Hands below your shoulders. Inhale. You lift the leg as high as you can. Arch the spine. It's like doing the cat-cow here. Exhale, knee forward to your chest. Again, inhale, bring the leg up and back. So go as high as you can. So remember to put more weight on the leg, less weight on the arm, so that it's easier for the hip to stabilize. Exhale, knee to your chest. One more time. Inhale, arch the back. Look forward, leg higher. Exhale, knee to your chest. Now from here, take the left foot. Keep the right hand below your shoulder. So as you hold the top of the left foot, push the knee backward. So stretching the quads, and then open your chest, look forward. And see if you can pull the leg up as high as you can. So as you do this one, take note that your hip is not turning outward. So as much as you can, keep turning the left thigh bone down to the floor, look forward. So it's like a dancer's pose, a fold version of the dancer's pose. Continue pulling your heel. And then release. From here, take the knee forward to your chest, hold the foot with your left hand as you go down and sit towards the top of your mat. So we'll go to the middle of the mat, hug the right knee to the chest, and then drop the heel, not the heel, the knee down to the side. So again, sit straight, flex your foot, reach the arms upward over the head, and then exhale, you bend forward. So extend the spine, flatten your back, and exhale, maybe move your head lower, going down to your shin, and every time you fold, you have to adjust your sit bones. And then lifting your chest, arms up again, inhale, then exhale, spinal twist to the right. So you hold the knee, right knee with the left, right hand behind you, look backward and turn your shoulder, your head, and the rest of the spine. Then extend your arm over the head and bend over your left. So see if you can hold the foot without turning your chest down. Keep your chest facing the right side. Okay, that will maximize the stretch of your right side body. So if you can take your toe, then go ahead and do it. If not, you can just have the hand here. So coming up, now place the right hand beside the hip, in line with the hip. And the fingers pointing backward, then push the hip off the floor, and then see if you can turn the chest backward and up. Upward to the ceiling and the arm backward. So keep pushing the right hand. And then exhale, you lower yourself down. Now straighten your right leg forward. Adjust the sit bones back. Inhale, arms overhead. Then exhale, bend forward and see if you can reach your toe. Again, gently and slowly fold. Hinge from the waist and continue feeling the hamstrings, the calf muscles. If they are not the ones you are feeling here and you're feeling more on the spine, then you have to come up a little bit and roll the hip bone forward, because this is more about the flexibility or stretching of the leg muscles. Well, of course, you need to keep your spine long. And then coming up, cross the legs. Take your palms on the floor. You lift the hip, extend the legs. Low plank, up dog. Then return to your down dog. So inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Another cycle of breath here. And then lift that left leg up. Exhale, knee forward to your chest. Step the foot on top of the mat. Lower your right knee on the floor. Again, after you balance your hip, you come up. And then here, folding the elbows, rolling the arm bones out, and then bend backward. So continue the downward motion of the hip, the upward action of your chest, upward and backward action of your chest. And then release your hands down on the floor. From here, curl your right foot, look forward and straighten the leg. And then lift that right leg up. Take your hands forward below your shoulders. Inhale, extend the spine, lift the leg as high as you can. Exhale, round the back, knee forward. Inhale, lift and open your chest. Exhale, knee forward. So one more. Inhale, lift the leg as high as you can, or until you feel the glutes, the hamstring, and the back. Exhale, knee forward to your chest. And then you take your right foot with your right hand. Again, push the knee backward to stretch your quads, and then pull the heel away from the hip. Again, go as high as you can. Remember to open your rib cage, squeeze in your shoulders, look forward. And then release, bring the knee forward to your chest, still holding the foot with your right, going down on the floor, so sit, and then just drop the left knee. So let me adjust backward. Left knee out to the side as you take your foot, here on the inner side of your thigh. Again, fix your hip, straighten the back, then inhale, extend, exhale, hinge from the waist, move your head or your chest closer to the legs. Remember to keep your breath fluid. Keep it slow and keep it long. Inhale, you lift the chest, arms up. Then exhale, spin your body to the left, then take your left knee with your right. The left hand will go behind you and continue turning your chest. Chin to your left shoulder. Now reach the left hand upward. Inhale and exhale, go down over your right leg and see if you can reach the toe. So as you hold the foot, turn your chest up to the ceiling. Now coming up, take the left hand again beside the hip with your fingers pointing backward, pushing the hip, reaching the right hand up and spin your chest up to the ceiling. For the right hand, you can extend it down to the floor if you have more flexibility. As long as you're not putting too much pressure on the lumbar. So going down, take your hip on the floor, face forward and straighten the left leg. Once again, you adjust the sit bones backward and turn your toes up. Firm your front thighs, lift and open your chest. Activate your back and extend your arms up. Exhale, you bend forward. As you fold, readjust the hip bones. Then stay for 3 more cycles. Now then you lift the chest up. Cross the legs, again palms on the floor, lean forward, take your feet, the knees up and extend the legs backward and coming up. Exhale, return to your down dog. So inhale and exhale, deep and slow. So fold the legs, look forward, again take your feet on top of the mat. Inhale, you open your chest, and exhale, flex the hip and fold over. Inhale, lift the chest, and stand straight as you bring the arms upward, pulling the feet down to create length. Exhale, hands beside the body. So rest here for a few breaths. Again, bring the arms up and over the head. Inhale and bend backward. Exhale, come up and bend forward. Look forward, inhale. Bend the legs, again going back to your plank, to low plank. Push yourself up to your up dog. Exhale to your down dog. Now have the knees down on the floor and slide that left leg out to the side. Come up and have your hands here on the hip. So you can check that the left foot and the knee are at the same line. Again, extend your hip bone by activating your extensor muscles, meaning your glutes, hamstrings, and then lift the ribs. So from here, you extend your right hand up, move it out, and then down to the heel. If you cannot reach the heel, better you tuck your toe. So you can easily touch it. And then squeeze or turn the left shoulder down, then reach the left hand backward. So continue pushing the left leg downwards so you maintain the stretch of the flexor muscles. For some, you can even go lower. Maybe the arm can pass the head. But make sure you're not putting too much effort And then exhale, coming up. Hands over the head. And then down to the floor. Again, just maintain the hip, the feet, and the knee at the same line. Just walk the hands forward just to counter stretch the pose. So like a down dog, you stretch the arms, you stretch the side body, pull your navel in. Point your sit bones down and back. And then walk your hands backward, below your shoulders, fold that left leg, straighten your right leg to the side. Let me adjust a little bit. So coming up, reach the arms over the head. From here, turn the left arm bone down to the heel. Another option if you cannot reach the heel is to just take the hip. Hand on the hip and extend backward. So if you have the heel, continue extending down through your right foot and then turn your right shoulder down, level it with the left and keep pushing the arm away from the body. We notice that you're not pulling or pushing too much on the lower back. The belly pulling in. Then exhale, return to the center, hands down to the top of your mat, and then walk it forward as you lower your chest, not the chest, the head down on the floor, and pulling your belly in. So you have to feel the lateral muscles stretching. Walk your palms again below your shoulders, and then take your knees down on your all fours. From here, lower your chest, belly, or simply drop down on the floor. I need a strap. I forgot to inform you that you could use strap. If you have strap, use it on this pose. I need strap because I have less mobility on my shoulders and chest as well. So I need something. So if you don't have like this one, you can use towel. So as you lower down, or as you drop your chest down, you take your strap and hold it about shoulder distance, so behind the hips. Now squeeze in your shoulders, feet together, and see if you can push the arms up as high as you can, opening your chest, and then lift the legs up. So this is a variation of the locus or shalabhasana. So keep pulling down through the pubic bone, pulling your navel in as you contract your shoulders, back muscles to open your chest. Okay, exhale, release, and try to relax. So we'll do that one more time. For the more advanced, if you have flexibility on your shoulders, you can just lace the fingers behind your hips. So others, if you're like me, then you need something like strap. So use props. So again, have your props or lace your fingers behind your hip. Then squeeze in your shoulders, turning the arm bones out, lifting the chest, and then lift the legs. Okay, release on your exhale. So you can turn your head to one side for a moment. Stay for 3 breaths. Soften your shoulders, your back. Relax your arms. So the next one, you bend the legs. Maintain the hip and the knees at the same alignment. So as you pull the heels, if you cannot reach your heels this way, you can again use straps. So as you pull your heels down and you feel the knees begins to hurt, then don't do this one. You just go back to the first one we did with the strap. Just do that again. If you're okay with your knees, then keep pulling the heels to stretch the quads first. And then press down through the pubic bone. So you have to press the pubic bone downward, extending the hip, navel in, and see if you can pull the legs as high as you can. And lift the chest. Go higher as long as your lower back is not painful. Now release. Lower your feet, legs, and turn the head to the other side. So we'll do that one more time, but this time try to keep your feet closer or knees together if you can. So you may not lift as high as the first one, but you can gain more flexibility, or you can feel more stretch. So fold the legs, knees together, point your seat bones down or press down through the pubic bone. Chest up, squeeze in your shoulders and lift the hip. Okay, release. So you can see I wasn't able to lift as high as the first back bend, but I felt a deeper stretch in the flexor muscles on the chest and quads. So now turn around and just lie on your back. So just stay here for a moment, let your spine release. So breathe in and breathe out deeply and slowly. So remember that visualization along with your breath will help you relax tensions. So every time you inhale, imagine that positive energy is going in within the body. So energizing your whole body. And when you breathe out, imagine the breath is removing all the tensions or discomfort that the body is feeling right now. So just do that for a couple of times. So our last back bend, bridge pose, you take your feet closer to your sitting bones and the toes are pointing forward and feet as wide as the hip. So ground your feet as you lift the hip. Then squeeze your shoulders or shimmy your shoulders in and then take your hands below the hip. Roll the arm bones out and continue pressing the feet to elevate the hip bone. So ground your shoulders. Okay, it's hard to talk staying at that pose. So you have to ground your shoulders down as you push the hip upward and make sure you're not putting the weight on the neck. Now you lower the hip. You can extend the legs or you can take your knees together. Okay, that will expand the lower back body and the sacrum, SI joint. So we'll do that one more time, but let's try to go deeper this time. So if you're gonna do the second pose or this variation, you just go back to the first variation we did. So you lift the hip as high as you can, then squeeze your shoulders more and place the palms facing up, place it underneath the glutes or the hip and push the hip bone forward. So assisting the hip with your hands. Okay, if your wrists are hurting on this pose, never mind. You just have to interlace the fingers below the hip. Now once you're okay with your hands, remember continue squeezing your shoulders in. Then you slide your feet forward until you straighten the knees. Ribs up. And the release, take your feet backward, lower the hip and then again close the knees, feet apart. Now just straighten the knees or the legs for a moment. So before we end, we'll decompress the spine. So we did lots of back bend for us to not to experience pain after the practice. We have to decompress the lower back body. So you hug your knees to your chest and then take your right foot over the left thigh. Figure 4 and hug the left thigh down to your chest. So this will stretch the right hip at the same time your back body. So make sure you're not lifting the hip as you pull your leg down. And you pull your navel in. Now release and just switch the legs. Cross the left foot over your right. Pull your right thigh down towards your chest. And remember, if you're tight on the hip, your shoulders will, or the arm bolts will get pulled by the legs. So you're jamming the neck already, which creates strain on the neck muscle. So if that's happening, then better take the strap. So use this one. Wrap it around the knee. Okay, just for you to ground your shoulders. Okay, release. Now hug the knees to your chest. And then grab hold of your big toes or the edges of your feet. Knees by your ribs and roll side to side. So this also lengthens the back. And then finally extend the legs forward. Feet apart, hands on your sides, turn the palms up, and again we'll just stay still on this pose. And just wait for the body to recover. Again, imagine the body is getting relaxed on every breath you take. So just focus on the inhales, energizing inhales, and relaxing exhales. You breathe slow, breathe smooth. Now try to remain still, completely still, for a while. Now begin to move your toes and fingers. Extend your arms overhead, have your feet together and stretch your whole body. Hug your knees to your chest. Roll to your right. And slowly come.
So thank you everyone for joining this practice. I hope you will feel better or feel good after this one and will not feel any pain on the back. Namaste. Hope to see you guys on my next challenge.